Everybody's talking about how Trump's war in Iran is affecting our gas prices, but nobody's talking about how it's going to affect our grocery bill. So let's talk about it by talking about two other things affected by the shutdown of the Strait of Hormuz: diesel and fertilizer. Meet Billy and Greg Bridgeforth. They are fifth-generation farmers in Tanner, Alabama. Since Trump started this war, their diesel prices have gone from $2.99 a gallon to $5.02 in 1 week. Diesel runs every piece of equipment on their farm. It also trucks your food to the grocery store. So when diesel prices double, you're going to feel it twice. Once when farmers plant, and again when that food reaches the shelf. Now, fertilizer. Over a third of the world's traded fertilizer moves through the Strait of Hormuz, the same choke point that's shut down for oil. It's also shut down for the fertilizer that grows your food. And this isn't a problem that's going to hit in 6 months. Spring planting in the American Midwest is happening right now. Farmers need to apply fertilizer to their fields ASAP. The window doesn't wait. In just 1 week, the week the war started, the price of urea, which is one of the most widely used nitrogen fertilizer, jumped 30% at the port of New Orleans. 30% in 7 days, and farmers are already completely strapped from Trump's tariffs. Now, some farmers in the upper Midwest were lucky. They pre-booked their fertilizer, and they have warehouses that are stocked. But the farmers who haven't locked in yet are facing prices that make it nearly impossible to turn a profit growing corn. This means that some of them are going to switch to less fertilizer-intensive crops, which means less corn, which means higher prices at the grocery store for everything corn touches, which is a lot. Now you may ask, are there alternate sources for fertilizer like in the US? Great question. Actually, Polk County, Florida sits on one of the world's largest deposits of phosphate rock, which is a key fertilizer ingredient. It's right there in the ground. But to process it, you need sulfur, and roughly half of the world's exported sulfur moves through the Strait of Hormuz. These are the kinds of things the Trump administration didn't think through before they went to war. And that is why the UN put out a report this week warning that this war is going to hit food prices hard. Americans are going to feel it at the pump, yes, but also at the checkout line. Trump started a war, the strait closed, and now it's coming for your grocery bill. It's just one more of many broken promises. So everybody...
Well, hello guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Selena Gardner, and today we're talking about grocery prices. You heard that right. So the Trump administration promised Americans, lowering grocery prices, lowering gas prices, and just lowering prices across the board because prices are skyrocketing in America. Anything you touch, it's just really expensive. Anyways, have grocery prices gone down? No, in fact, they have doubled, and we are just in March, so we don't even know what is going to happen as far as grocery prices for the rest of the year. This is just mid-March, and gas prices, grocery prices, you name it, have rocketed all over the place. Americans are tired, they're overworked, and a lot of them have barely any time to spend with their loved ones. So anyways, I'm not going to waste so much of your time. Let's hear from Americans themselves talk about, grocery prices today specifically. I'll probably make another separate video on gas prices, especially now after the war. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
I don't think you guys are going to be ready for me to tell you how much I just spent on groceries and show you what I got. I spent, here, wait, let me show you what I got, okay? Sour cream, salsa, cheddar cheese, turkey bacon, taco shells, 2 bags of tortilla chips. So they were like, buy one, get one 50% off, okay? So there's some deals in here.
Yeah, you got to get your deals when you can.
Like $1 each. Sourdough bread. Tortillas, a frozen thing of riced cauliflower, baby spinach, and kind protein bars. Okay, this is it right here. Let me flip the camera around. This is what I bought right here. Okay, this is it. This is it. This cost me $75. Oh, and I had $2 off because I'm a frequent shopper. Yep.
I know that I've become desensitized to the cost of groceries. However, sometimes it catches me off guard. And today was one of them. I bought 2 bags of groceries, stuff to make meals for tonight and then meals for tomorrow because we have a snow day. And also just like extra things. And some of the things are kind of expensive, right? I've got like splurged on Halo Top. I got some beef bouillon. I got some butter. I got some actual salad and like food. But like, tell me my shock when I was like mentally prepared for like $100, right? It was $175. $175. And I feel like yeah,
$175. Yeah, that's wild. I'm not even seeing too many bags there. I mean, crazy.
yes, I got some staples. And yes, I got things to make 2 meals worth, which we'll have leftovers with. $175 with no alcohol blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand how some people pay and buy groceries. I just don't. I'm very fortunate. Me and my partner work really hard. We have money. We can buy groceries. However, I'm somebody who doesn't think often about like the price of things because I'm lucky enough to be in a place where I make more than I have for bills, and I'm still blown away. So I cannot even fathom if
Okay, so things are really bad when people with some decent money start to feel the burn as far as grocery prices. We're reaching some crazy territory here. So let's continue.
it was like back in my childhood, back when we had like nothing or we were on food stamps. Even then, like, is food stamps even like keeping up with the prices of groceries?
No, food stamps are not keeping up with prices. In fact, a lot of people are not even getting food stamp anymore. But that's a different video for a different day.
Like, it blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. Anyway, this is my video that for some reason, people will probably write nasty comments about how food isn't that expensive. But like, I don't know. I feel fortunate, but sad for people who don't have the means and what they must have to do to make ends meet. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really bad for people that have kids and they have to keep up with these prices. Even the fortunate ones are saying, look, prices are just crazy and it's just me and my partner.
1 pound of ground beef is now more than the federal minimum wage, guys. How crazy is this? And like, how far are they going to let these grocery prices get before they realize that regular people can just not afford this crap?
They don't care about regular people.
Right now, let's do a comparison. Let's use like a couple big chains at where I live. I'm on the West Coast. So we've got like Albertsons, we've got Vons, we've got Stater Brothers, which I think is kind of like a West Coast thing. All of those are about twice the price of an Aldi, a Walmart, a Winco, a Safeco, or a Heb, or like a Food for Less if you have that. So I will tell you that of all the places that I'm shopping right now, Aldi happens to be my favorite. And no, they don't have everything. And Aldi is like the great value brand at Walmart. That's all they have in the whole store is the Aldi brand. So there's not as much selection, but
Yeah, Aldi is great, but Aldi doesn't have everything. And sometimes their products are very limited. And sometimes their vegetables are not that fresh. So yeah, you're paying cheaper prices, but you're also limited on a brand set. You know what I mean? I guess if you're short on money, I guess you don't care about the brand. But again, you shouldn't have to be limited to Aldi.
like a lot of the stuff that they have there. So I did a price comparison out here. Stater Brothers, which is down the street from me, has amazing butcher department. The meat department is great. So I went and bought my weekly groceries there, $240. Next week, compared it, same level of groceries, $117. 1 pound of ground beef is now more than the federal minimum wage, guys. How crazy is this? And like, how far are they going to let these grocery prices get?
Oh yeah, we've seen this.
Is anybody else sick of these grocery bills? Because I just spent $80 at Trader Joe's. I still have to buy food like to eat for dinner for the week at a regular grocery store. That's going to cost me over $100. So this is out of control. Prices are ridiculous. I don't even know what I bought at Trader Joe's. Can you guys relate? Because why are prices so expensive? Is anybody else sick of these grocery bills? Because
Somebody needs to explain to me why I can't afford this ground beef. I go into the supermarket, okay, because I'm looking for some ground beef for my lasagna and also for my spaghetti. I read the ground beef. Why is it $30?
She's not lying, y'all. She's not lying. The prices of ground beef is wild. Is wild. God forbids you want a burger.
Who can afford that? And don't get me started on the chuck roast. The chuck roast is like $15 per pound. You guys, that is insane. What happened to groceries becoming more?
You guys remember when having a roast was like a cheap meal? You know what I mean? What happened to roast being like a cheap cut of meat? People can't even afford some meat to make a roast, I guess.
Affordable. What the hell? That's an affordable lie. Like, I am so disgusted right now. Dinner canceled because I can't even afford the beef for the dang on lasagna.
She not lying.
Listen, y'all, so I just finished grocery shopping, and for those tiddlywinks of groceries that you see there, I think it's like, what, 3 or 4 bags back there? This bullshit was $79 fucking dollars, bro.
What did you get, man?
How is 4 bags of groceries $80? And you know what
Shoot,
I bought?
in some cases, to get 4 bags for $80, that's not too bad. I mean, sometimes I get a bag and a half, maybe 2 bags, and I spend about $90. And it's just me and my husband, mind you.
Like 3 bags of blueberries, blue fucking berries, dude. Some raspberries, which was like less than 2 pounds of raspberries.
Oh yeah,
like
fruits and vegetables. You gotta be balling for that.
Some pre-workout that was on clearance, and some miscellaneous bullshit, bro. 3 to 4 bags of groceries, $80 fucking dollars. How the fuck is everything so fucking expensive, bro? I don't know how this is gonna get fixed. I'm driving a fucking clapped out car, as you can see. I'm not a man of finer tastes. I'm a very simple man, and I live fairly frugal, I would say, for the most part. Dude, $100 used to get you shit, bro. I sound like a geriatric person. I'm 27. Dude, I remember having $100 used to mean something. And now, bro, it barely gets you 3 or 4 bags of fucking groceries, bro.
Yeah.
How, bro? This is not even... I haven't bought any protein, any meats, nothing yet. This is just miscellaneous bullshit for the week.
Yeah. Meats, protein, that's for rich people now. You gotta have beans and rice. And even then, gee.
How is that $80, bro?
Yeah, man.
What the fuck?
I just dropped an effing car payment on groceries because I refuse to stuff my kids full of processed trash and pesticides. It is so unbelievably
It's really cheap to get garbage
expensive
food.
to buy organic whole foods at the grocery store. Organic whole foods should be the cheapest thing you can buy in the grocery store. It should not cost several $100s to feed my kids fruits, vegetables, and meat that is not stuffed full of shit. If I went in there and I just got the cheapest, trashiest chips and Pop-Tarts and donuts, the low quality ground beef and all the other fucking trash that's packed full of fucking trash, my bill would have been probably $200 cheaper. This doesn't tell you that the government is working against us. You're an idiot. But I have to keep telling myself that money is a lot easier to recoup than our health, than our children's health. We're doing what we gotta do. We're doing what we gotta do. But my pockets hurt. Oh!
Yeah, man. Buying healthy organic food in America is really becoming something hard to do. It's unattainable. These prices are crazy. Sometimes you would think it's cheaper to just go buy fast food, but we shouldn't have to live on fast food. You know what I mean? It's just people need to try to eat healthy, but eating healthy, it's not for the poor. Heck, it's not even for the middle class. You got people that are doing okay, doing well, and they even complain about prices, grocery prices. It's wild, it's sad, and I'm really hoping that something changes soon because people just can't take it anymore.
Why didn't anybody warn me that the most expensive part of having kids would be buying berries from the grocery store? I've been 4 times this week, 4, to buy berries. And if you're buying organic, forget it. I'm gonna have to take a second mortgage out of my house at this rate. Berries. Berries.
Yeah, fruits. If you're buying fruits in 2026, that means you've got money. That means you got money. That means you are balling, which is crazy. It's crazy work, you know. But again, this is America, 2026.
Groceries are $20,000, $25,000 plus tax. And everybody keeps saying, you just gotta shop at Aldi. You just gotta shop at Aldi. You shouldn't have to shop at Aldi. It's the point. Y'all missing the point.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. You shouldn't have to be limited to Aldi. And now that everyone is out shopping at Aldi, Aldi's not even keeping its prices cheap anymore. They've already figured it out that everyone is gonna come shop at Aldi. So they're gonna go ahead and raise prices. It's gonna happen. It's probably already happening.
I should be able to get a name brand bag of chips for less than $5, not $33 plus tax. Okay? I should be able to get some fruit that won't go bad the next day from a regular grocery store. I should be able to get a nice grade of meat from a regular grocery store without spending my whole check. Yeah. Groceries are $20,000.
Yeah, man. Crazy time we're living in. Really is.
Why is vanilla priced like it got drafted in the NW?
Oh, yes. Yes, I got something about this. I want to say something about this.
So I went to the grocery store yesterday because I needed more vanilla. I just feel like I would run out of vanilla. Mm-hmm. And then I saw this disrespectful situation.
$40
at the grocery store. And all the spices was sitting up there massively disrespectful, right?
Yeah,
but
man.
The vanilla stood out to me as the most egregious thing out there. Now, the president keeps saying prices are falling, things are getting better. For who?
For who?
For who?
Not for us.
I know in January, before he got back in office, that vanilla wasn't $40. $40 for vanilla?
Okay, to be fair, like a good vanilla, like a good quality of vanilla extract, it will cost you some good amount of money. But $40, and the reason why I wanted to I added this video here because just last week I wanted to make homemade ice cream. One of my guilty pleasures is homemade ice cream. And I do splurge on like a good quality, a high quality vanilla extract. And tell me why, while I was looking on the shelf, I looked at the price and I kid you not, I was shocked because the vanilla that I wanted to buy was almost like $60. $60 for a vanilla extract. I know vanilla is typically not cheap. You know what I mean? Even if you buy like the vanilla bean or whatever, vanilla is not cheap. But $40, $60 to just make myself a homemade ice cream? Insane. So yeah, this lady here is absolutely right. That price, all of these prices are disrespectful at this point.
We should be all upset about this. And I'm just wondering how much more the government really thinks that Americans can take. You know, in the past, they would tell you, your mama would say, when you say, oh, mama, can we have McDonald's? You say, you got McDonald's at home. Now I'm starting to wonder if it's cheaper to eat that stuff than it is to cook at home. And understand the food that places like McDonald's serve, that ain't good for us. It's better for you to cook at home.
It's always better to cook at home. But what do you do when you are overworked, you're tired, and you barely have any free time? You're typically gonna try to stop at a drive-through before your way home. And it's really sad. It's, you know, I'm over here laughing, but this is a serious situation. And yeah, man, America's going through it, people. It really is. And our current administration does not give a flying F, okay? They really don't.
What is this, y'all? Are y'all seeing the same prices I'm seeing in your neighborhoods too?
Yeah.
And what is the most disrespectful price that you've seen in your grocery store on the shelves or somewhere in there? What's the most disrespectful price?
All of it.
Because this is $40 vanilla. That's insane. Why?
Yeah. Yeah, that price for the vanilla extract, it really does hit me because maybe because it's just one of these recent purchases that I had to make that really made me stand back and think, like, do I even need to have ice cream at this point? I don't really care too much about store-bought ice cream, and my husband and I really enjoy homemade ice cream, but golly, it is so expensive.
Doing like an average restock, and I was absolutely floored at the price of deodorant. Mind you, this is Costco, a place that is well recognized for having really good, fair prices. I was not prepared, and I literally did not even put it in the car. I was like, this is actually crazy. I will find somewhere else to get deodorant. But I was thinking to myself, like, for a second, I was like, maybe that is a good deal. And I was like, no, when did deodorant become $8 to $10 a stick? Like, I remember when deodorant was $4 to $5 a stick. And now it's like almost common and reasonable that it's $8 or more. Like, I'm not even talking about the fancy shit, like just regular ass deodorant, $8 to $10. Is that not insane? I was at Costco.
Yeah. I mean, groceries, deodorant, gas prices, everything has gone up, and people are truly feeling it in 2026. I mean, we've been feeling it for a while now, but we had some hope that prices were gonna come down somewhat. But no, they've just gotten worse. And yeah, man, I really hope there's a solution for that soon. I hope that I really, at this point, I don't know if I just trust that prices are going to go down. It feels like, the government just figured out that people are going to make it happen. And people do, but it shouldn't have to be a struggle. Your life shouldn't just be about working and paying bills. But that's what it's like, living in America this past few years. That's what it's been like. And I feel for the people, and I hope some real change is going to happen soon. I highly doubt that it's going to happen soon, but we just got to stay hopeful and stay positive. But anyways, guys, this is a video today. I don't want this video to be way too long. I'm probably going to make more videos on these outrageous prices. So yeah, I don't want this video to be super long. So I'm going to stop it right here. Thank you so much for staying with me and watching these videos with me. I truly appreciate your support. Let's become besties. I love you. I mean it. See you later. Bye.